alienation. Again, put it in a formula. Meaning ordinary meaning is isolation, alienated, separated. A condition under capitalism where the worker is losing control over the worker is losing control over the product, process, people around, and he himself. It's a typical condition when the person feels, I'm working on it, this product is not mine. I don't have any control on this product. He doesn't have any control on the process. He doesn't have any contact or link with his fellow colleagues. And finally, he doesn't have any control on himself. What to do, what not to do, he doesn't have. Karl Marx says, man is a creative man. A man is a creative man. He has certain thinking. He thinks and works and tries to do something. But in a factory mode of production, he is put into work a piecemeal. If he is tightening the nut bolt, he is day long, he is something in an assembly line. The wheel will come to Maruti's wheel will come, the front wheel, he has a this thing, it goes out, again a wheel will come, this is the assembly line of kind of the whole day he is going to do this. And where that, after that, the car is manufactured, where it goes, he doesn't know. He doesn't have any control on the process that let us change the system, the process of working. He doesn't have. He doesn't have a time to know who is sitting besides. You know, in NTPC, a new corporate office was made in, I never sat there, a new corporate office was made in Noida, Sector 24. The state-of-the-art building, modern American architecture, what you call is that. No much arch, no much pillars, nothing. It's like a straight matchbox kind of a thing that has come. And the offices where, I mean, a big hall, there will be cubicles. And you work like this. You have your desktop, you are working. You know, what the hell? How unsocial it is. I'm working like this, looking at the wall, my vision stops here. Can I work like that? When I go, the system is I'm going to meet my friend. The system is, he will, because everybody is working, you cannot talk. The system is, there is a meeting room, the side. There you will sit. मैंने बोला माफ कर दे, I will never come to your office again. Mine is where I used to sit. Ours is the typical building kept in symmetry with the Lal Kila's red sandstone. Huge open space, bigger rooms, lawns, gyms, badminton ground. It's a social kind of a thing. Somebody comes to my room, we have a chair to offer, we have a center table. If at all he wants to sit, I can offer a sofa. That's a more social kind of a thing. Arey yaar, maine bola, I'll never. This is the state of the art building, let it be. Mine red sandstone building is better. A gentleman came and said, what the hell? Nowadays you see Express Tower, how it is. मैंने बोला यार, you have gone to the top position, तेरी अक्ल तो वहीं घुटने में ही रह गया. You are looking at that dirty, multi-storied, matchbox-like building and comparing with this symmetrical to Lal Kila sandstone and with so much of open space, greenery, lawn, gyms, tennis, this, that, we are comparing. Hell with it. The thing is that you need to know the product, you need to have a control over the process, and you need to know the people around. You do not know, you are working in a keep, you are talking on a something. क्या यार? Are you a human being or a robot? I mean, a horse in there, ये भी थोड़ा movement का कुछ होता है. What is this? This is not the way of working. I should know what I am doing. Ultimately, I can change the process. Here, if you say, no, this is not the right way, we need something in the type of structured kind of thing. I design it accordingly. There lies the little bit of change and creativity, challenges, all these things come and you feel, okay, fine. Or else, every day, going into the room, nobody is there, continuously he has put up a studio in the room and runs a YouTube channel, Nitin Subahare. Continuously he is क्या यार? Channel is going on. मैंने बोला बाप माफ कर दे. ये पैसा क्या करेगा? Anyway, and finally the person gets isolated from himself. And so here I will add the types of alienation. Product from product, process, people, and the final one, himself. But this alienation and isolation is not psychological. This alienation or isolation is not psychological. What is psychological? What psychology deals with? Yeah, individual mind. And what sociology deals with? Social psychology deals with? Collective mind. Mentality of Thakur. Mentality of Dalits, a mentality of orthodox, a mentality of liberal. Thanks to the girl, this is, you are updated. No, it's right or wrong, I do not know. Honest or just to please me, that also I do not know, but I take it for granted. It's an honest, because it compliments me, so I am happy. This is individual. But Karl Marx says alienation is not individual. Alienation is not individual. It is the economic outcome. Alienation as a class. The whole class gets alienated. They do not know about the product. My Mullaji said, our roadside is there. Dada, Sai exports, my God, every day I was stitching the cuff. Who wears that shirt? I do not know. Here this, you saw this girl came, uncle, मैं कैसे लग रही हूँ? She feels happy. I said, बेटा, अल्लाह तुम्हें महफूज रखे, बहुत अच्छी लग रही हो. बोला, what a great satisfaction is there. When somebody says, I got a lower rank, but nevertheless it is assistant section officer. I said, yaar, you got a platform of stability. And she is happy, I am happy. Over a cup of coffee, we enjoyed. Even somebody has not, she shares her sorrows. That dynamics is different. But I am working in a tuk, 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 continuously in front of a camera, in front of a mic, with the softwares. I do not know. Maybe I am outdated. So these are the types of alienation that occurs. I am really very outdated, very yeah, that way. Then, what are the causes of alienation? Here I will add another point. According to Karl Marx, why a person, why a class, the worker, gets alienated? Number one, the biggest reason he says, the existence of private property. Large private property. Exploitation. Here he talks of surplus value. He says, a person is hired for his labor. He will be given 300 rupees, let's say, per day. But the owner, through him, will get a product which he will sell at a price of, let us say, 1,000 rupees. And capitalists say that is his profit. Karl Marx says that is not profit. This is the surplus value he generates, extra 700 rupees which he doesn't share with the workers. He keeps it and accumulates money. It helps him to reinvest and re-exploit. He says, when the large property will be abolished, this profit also will be equally shared as per the expertise of the worker. There will be no private profit. You got what is surplus value? Exploitation through surplus value. What is surplus value? A worker is hired on wage basis, not on the basis of the earning. A worker is hired. What is surplus value? Worker is hired on the basis of wages. He has no control over how much the other person is earning. He is simply working for 8 hours, he is paid 300 rupees, he goes out. Maybe the McD's outlet gives 8,000 rupees per worker. There are 10 workers. He gives monthly, let's say 80,000 rupees is establishment cost, another 80,000 rupees, 1,60,000 rupees, taxes, taxes and other things, 2 lakhs per month. And he must be earning 20 lakhs. What about this extra 18 lakhs? That's his profit. But Karl Marx says, no, workers are actually the owners. Labor cannot be commodified, buying and selling. You can't buy labor. Labor is a creative thing. You need to, whatever you are earning, for which the private property needs to be abolished. It will be all state-owned property. When you are a state government employee, it is irrespective of, it is in loss or something, you get the due. And sometimes when it is too loss, something goes up. When it is a great profit, you get a bonus, something you get. It is shared. So, surplus value is, in surplus value, worker is hired on the basis of wage, earning extra, extra earning is called profit by the capitalist. Is called profit by the capitalist. Karl Marx calls it surplus value because the capitalist is buying labor. Labor can be bought and sold. Marx calls it surplus value. Marx calls it surplus value, a tool for exploitation. How a tool for exploitation? He will earn extra money, he will automate the process, he will further reduce the requirement of labor, and when the reduction of demand of the labor comes, people will be running after a job. He will bring down the wages further. Not only that, if somebody breaks away, he will keep and reserve labor force also. If you go, I will have somebody immediately. This is a tool of exploitation, generating extra money, which he will say it is profit, but actually it is a surplus value that he generates through exploitation, through buying and selling of labor as a commodity and exploiting the worker himself. So he says, abolish all the private properties. Exploitation will be Finished. Got it? You got it? It's not profit. It's a tool of exploitation. You are investing, let us say, giving 300 and earning 1000, that's 700. You can't say that this is a profit. This is a surplus value you have generated that needs to be distributed amongst the workers as per communistic principle. And the capitalistic principle says that's the I took the risk, I earned it. That's mine. It's a profit.
If loss comes, there is also
Loss comes. There will be workers will have to, but let that be equitable. Equitable means not equal, equitable as per the total equity or the share. They will have their due share, profit or the loss. I mean, this is a very big observation that Karl Marx had during those days in way back 1830s, that the capitalist exploit in the name of saying that this is a profit. I invested, I took risk and I earned and it is my profit. No, you have bought and sold labor. Labor is not a commodity, labor is a force. You can buy or sell a labor. Truly. Truly, even in the household, the domestic help should also have that due share. Domestic help should also have a due share. If घर का income is growing, not that yours is 400 or 1000 or 5000, whatever it is, that is fixed. And you have earned, he's a part of your family now, working for 15, 20 years. There should be something, isn't it? Otherwise, it's a simple exploitation. You are buying his labor, and if he is not abiding by, she is not abiding by, you are doing it. Now, the first is existence of large private property. The second one is the surplus value he is creating and calling it as a profit, justifying it, some unjustified things. And the third one is the feature of alienation is monotonous nature of job. Every day the same thing. झाड़ू लगाओ, पोछा लगाओ, dusting करो, go. Then you go to another house, झाड़ू लगाओ, पोछा लगाओ, dusting करो, you go. कितना दिन करेगा ये? अरे, offer her something. She can do many things also. At least chopping the vegetables if you don't want to give her cooking. Nevertheless, at times, the type of food you need, tell her she may cook and see what she does. And in the cooking, she may find a creativity. She can have the creativity. Otherwise, every day, the same thing. It's a monotonous. And an alienation, I mean, I'm not talking of individual, we'll come to. Then, what are the features of alienation? Now I'm coming to the features. Number one, dehumanization. Day in and day out, the same stitching the cuff. Cut, cut, you keep on stitching the cuff here. The full shirts, you go to Tirupur, you know, Coimbatore, Tirupur, you go there, large scale, 38 size, 40 size, they are being cut in the machine, they will come, they will go to, only the cups will go to one person, only the collars will go to one person, only the buttons will go to one person. Continuously, day in and day out, it is happening. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, you do not know who is wearing the shirt, where it is going, where from it is coming. Maybe, you know, my Bangladeshi friends, they came and they said, we'll go to some good, kaha? Oh, Raymond's, Van Heusen. Where do you go, Gary? You have so much of garment manufacturing. The world hub is your Bangladesh. Well, say, do we get it? It never comes into our market. Truly, suppose H&M, Zara or Carrefour or to that matter Walmart they will send the clothes. These people will cut to that specific size, they will stitch, and from there it will straight away the finished products will go. Bangladesh, it never comes into the market. For Bangladesh is the ordinary thing. So they came here and bought made in Bangladesh. Yeah. My daughter brought a small umbrella, ultraviolet protection, these, that, lightest, whitest, written, made in India. Do we get it here? We will not get it here. I took a leather jacket from England, made in India. And he says, you go back to India, just supply me khadi silk. Just supply me khadi silk. And your payment is ensured, your order is ensured. You only go to different types of khadi. North Indian khadi is different from South Indian khadi, East Indian khadi is different from West Indian khadi. Khadis are different, they have a different texture altogether. You give me the silk, your order is ensured, your payment is ensured, you just do it. I am born to be a servant, gulam. I cannot be a master. I can only work on the order. I cannot be a owner. So anyway, and when you go for, how dehumanization? Dehumanization as labor is treated. Hey, क्या लिखा यार? If I use a little flowery English, commodification of labor. Labor is bought and sold as a commodity. Should labor be bought and sold like potatoes and brinjals in the market? It should not be. Labor is a creative thing. Dehumanization because commodification of labor. Labor is bought. Labor, one is selling his or her labor, I am buying his or her labor. This is, in sociology, we call it commodification of labor. Labor is not potato, brinjal or chili in the market. I give 10 rupees, I buy the labor. What do I do in Uber? I just give 500 rupees, ask him to drop at the airport. He drops me. My commitment is over. My commitment was for up to 45 minutes. He dropped me and my commitment is over with 500 rupees. What did I do? I bought his labor. He sold his labor. And labor is not a commodity. So he says dehumanization occur when because of commodification of labor. Acha Mithun, while taking a cup of coffee, hey, एक बज गया? नहीं, wait, we'll do it. You know Umar Khalid? That day I gave an example, long distance couples, Umar Khalid and Banjosna Lahiri. You know who is Umar Khalid? You do not know. Oh. I kept something, I presume that you know. That's why somebody said, your note will be ever over enough. I said, no. You have to update it with newspaper. Umar Khalid, he was arrested from JNU and his classmate was his wife, Banjosna Lahiri. And for the last 6 years, no trial. He is in Tihar jail. Banjosna was asked, what kind of a couple you are? You got married and he is put behind the bar. Well, at least we are long distance couples. Weekend couples. The thing is that if you go for that NCERT 12 plus thing, these are the things you won't find. But this is the emerging. Well, dehumanization, and the second one is alienation. Is structural and not psychological. It's not a psychological. Psychological is related to an individual mind. My frustration, my depression, my joy, my pleasure, my anger, my aggression. But when because of the economy I am dehumanized, my labor is being bought and sold, my creativity has no value, then it is a form of isolation from the product, from the process, from the people, and finally from myself, all together, not a single individual. Had it been a single individual mind and psychological state of affair, it would have no repercussion and bearing. But the workers as a whole, because of the inequality, because of the relationship of production and forces of production, this thing happened, and alienation is structural. Don't think this worker is frustrated. No. The workers as a class is frustrated. It's a structural alienation. Got it? The contemporary relevance, relevance today, let us say, not flowery English. Relevance today, digital alienation. Yes, our apartment girl, Pubi, young girl, left the job saying that, my God, for whom I am doing, what I am doing, with whom I am talking, I know none, but I keep on interacting. Who are they? Digital alienation, contemporary relevance. Gig workers, delivery boys, continuously doing the same job. Bell, tongue, done, give the pen, go. bell, tongue, every door he will be doing the same thing. No chance to interact with whom he is delivering, who is he, who has come, no interaction. Cut, 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 come. Now it is, another thing has come, MyGate. There is a software, MyGate. In your, sometimes it's, I said, let me get out of this, it rings here. MyGate app. He will, straight away, you have to give yes, he will come and deliver and go. I mean, he can't enter straight. Your number is attached to Amazon, Blinkit, jo bhi hai, and he will make a call and he will not leave. Press 1 for allowing, press 2 for no, press something, and he will do that. It is so mechanized, he doesn't know who says yes, who says no, where to go, what to do. He comes mechanically, he comes, delivers and go. And it is not, this alienation is not individual psychology, everybody is that. How much you earn? One day I stopped, a very sweet boy was delivering in a scorching sun. He said, uncle, around 25, if I work from morning till evening, I earn around 25,000. You know how it is going on? But till I get something better, God knows what will happen. Digital alienation, gig work, etc. Limitations of this concept. Capitalism today is welfare capitalism. All these things are happening. To deal with it, capitalists are considered as wealth creators, Modi ji said. They are taking risk like Jawans on the Sarhad. Sarhad means borders. Yeah. They are the wealth creators. If really they are the wealth creators, why the banks fail? Why do you give subsidy to State Bank of India? How Vijay Mallya fled? How that Goa Luthra, where that pub got the fire, how did they fly? If really they are the wealth creators, Nirav Modi, Lalit Modi, this Modi, that Modi, how they fled? Vijay Mallya, Shijay Mallya. If really they are the wealth creators. Anyway, that is how. And the PYQ here is discuss the relevance of Marx's theory of alienation in the context of digital labor and platform economy. Of course, alienation of the factory type you will not be talking. You talk of digital labor, you talk of platform economy like Uber, Rapido, Blinkit, Amazon. So, how is the alienation? Try to find out. Digital alienation, gig work, these are the things. And should we do with the class struggle? Class struggle, the last one. जाना है तो 15 minutes. It's okay, 15 minutes for you. अच्छा चल चल उसीलिए तो पूछा ना. 15 minutes you can sit. Okay, we'll talk on class struggle. This is the last one. You can understand, and I will try to do it as early as possible. Hey, Tamudu. जल्दी जल्दी कर. बेगी बेगी. What is the meaning of class struggle? Well, don't ask us. Class struggle is a class struggle. It's a conflict between two classes. And it's not a political conflict. Karl Marx conflict is never anything else. It's all economic conflict between two classes. Quickly I am going. Economic conflict between two classes, and Marx two classes are the owners and the workers, the masters and the slaves, the feudal lords and the farmers or the peasants or the serfs. In the slavery, it was masters and the slaves. In the feudalism, it was feudal lords and the cultivators or serfs, whatever you call it. And in capitalism, you call it industrialists and the workers. Features. What are the features? This class struggle is rooted in economic structure, inequality, economic inequality. Rooted in second feature is polarization of two classes. He said in industrialism there will be two classes. He used the word, German word, the industrialists and the workers, proletariat. In Bengal, this proletariat in Bangla is called Sarbohara. Sarbohara means somebody who has lost everything except his labor. He can sell his labor. Other than that, he doesn't have anything. There must be some similar translation in Malayalam. And now, the causes. Sometimes you have to write causes. Always it will not be meaning, features, significance. Sometimes you have to write causes. The causes is, the first cause is creation of surplus labor. And exploitation. He says it's a profit, but it is a surplus labor. He is buying and selling only the commodities, not sharing the profit. He is consuming the total profit and he is giving only him in terms of wages. 300 rupees le aur ja. Whatever my profit is, you don't have to look into. Maybe the production cost of a Coca-Cola, which you buy at 10 rupees, the production cost of the Coca-Cola is 50 paisa. You are not to bother about it. Whether it is a 50 paisa or 100 paisa, you don't have to be. You have done your labor and it is being sold now at 10 rupees per bottle. Whatever the profit is his. You have no business to look into it. And he does it for exploitation. And to maintain this exploitation, to maintain SB, surplus value, to maintain this surplus value, capitalists will go for automation, so that an artificial shortage is created in the labor and people will queue. I need a job. When there is such a demand, large supply of labor, the labor goes down, the value goes down, wages come down, and he creates, the moment he gets a cheaper labor, then capitalists will recruit extra labor. Extra labor for emergency. Who knows? These workers, all on a sudden, they will stop working. So he keeps an extra labor. He knows this work can be done by 20 people. Nevertheless, you will have 5 people extra. Always. Because he knows sometimes it will do something. Now you think of where 20 people were needed for 8 hours to work, when another 10 people are extra, are kept as a reserve force, what will happen? Little workload will come down at a point of time. Not only that, they will have a chance to interact. Hey, how is your work? How it is going on? Don't tell me at home it's a very great problem. Mine is also this. You will share, she will share, they will share these things. And ultimately, with the employing extra labor, the capitalist sows the seeds of his destruction. The workers interact with each other, a sense of class develops. He says initially there will be a false class consciousness. A manager will say, I am not a worker, I am a manager. You are a worker. A supervisor will say, I am a supervisor. The general manager will say, hey, you are a manager, I am a general manager. This is a false consciousness. But at a point of time, it will come, they will see the top industrialist treats everybody in the same eye. I'll give a very good example. It so happened. One day, it was a 26th January. 26th January, Delhi, chilling cold. Who likes to go? Let's have it as a holiday. I didn't go. And the next day, definitely I was called in. Why didn't you come? The general manager called me and he was to hoist the flag because he was the top. He was to hoist the flag. He wanted long gathering so that Jana Gana and he will be doing this, all these things, a feeling of something. Harish Chandra Seth, HC Seth, called me. You don't have a little bit of patriotism? On the same day you are trying to take a leave saying that it is chilled, you didn't come. Is it? It's not a gazetted holiday, it is a working time, you should have come for the country. And he lambasted in front of a good gathering. Kya karu? I did a mistake. I did like this. After some time, 6 months passed or something like that. Within 3-4 months, above him came Mr. Ravi Nair. He was the executive director. He is from Trivandrum. Ravi Nair came, and that 15th August, he was to hoist the flag. The person last time who hoisted the flag, now he will be a part of the crowd. He was coming from a very long distance of Vasant Kunj to Noida, very far distance, some 35 kilometers. He didn't come. I was sitting in the morning, 16th August, I was sitting with R.K. Nair for a cup of coffee. And he pressed the bell and I said, call Seth. The Seth came. The same language used against him. You don't have a simple sense of patriotism. You treat this as a gazetted holiday. At this level, at this age, this is your sense? What the hell you were doing? He kept like this and came out. I went to his room. And sir, offer me again a cup of coffee. We'll have a chat. Haan yaar, dekhna yaar, he forgot what he had told me. I said, sir, during my student days, I had bet a little bit of Das Capitals, where Karl Marx said, a few dollars in the pocket, a manager thinks he is a manager, he is not a worker. It is a false class consciousness. And his false class consciousness vanishes when in the eyes of the management he is treated as a worker. Sir, do you remember last 26th January, what did you say? I do not have patriotism. Believe me, today you got this in front of me and R.K. Nair told you, don't you have an iota of patriotism? Sir, that day you had a few dollars in the pocket. You were thinking like this. But believe me, you try. We are all workers. That should be the true consciousness. अरे यार तू तो मुझे कार्ल मार्क्स सुना रहा है. मैंने बोला sir, this Karl Marx is still relevant today. A few dollars in the pocket, our manager thinks he is not a worker. You are a worker. Be with the employees. Don't try to take the side feeling that you are a great boss. You are not. Yeah, this is the biggest problem with sociology, ये सब धंधा. No, sir. Take it for granted. He says, capitalists will recruit extra labor for emergency and it will sow, S-O-W, sow means put the seed in the soil, so the seeds of his own destruction. The false class consciousness will vanish and a true class consciousness will emerge. He said up to this. Then Karl Marx takes the role of a reformer. No more he is a doctorate in law, no more he is a journalist, no more he is a sociologist, no more he is a historian, no more he is a economist. Now, Marx takes the role of a he says, workers of the world, you have nothing to lose except chains, so you unite. Now you have a true class consciousness, not individual. It's a consciousness as a class that we are all workers and we are all exploited. We are all exploited through the surplus value. We are all exploited through automation. We are all exploited through blah, blah, blah. So, reserve army, whatever it is. And ultimately workers of the world will unite and there will occur a violent bloody revolution and the large private properties will be abolished. Now, a violent revolution will occur. Large private properties will be abolished. There will be a dictatorship of the proletariat. Whatever extra is being earned will be divided as per the responsibilities performed. It will not be profit called, it will be, all will be equitably shared, not equally. Because the somebody who does a something very technical job and somebody does a manual job will not be the same. Equitably shared. It will not be considered as the profit of the capitalists. And there will be a dictatorship of the proletariat. Limitations? Predictive failure. It was not the proletariat, again it was a dictatorship of the elites whosoever came as the Politburo chairman, be it Jyoti Babu, be it Pinarayi Vijayan, be it EMS, EMS was not like that anyway. So whosoever came at the top, they were the elite. They were not workers. Never, never, never. Elitist theory of power. It says one group replaces the other. Arvind Kejriwal, after going to the power, left his Wagoner, left his Kosambi's house, started staying in Sheesh Mahal. You know, he spent some 40 crores for renovation of Chief Minister's house. What the hell, what did you do? You didn't know that once you will be defeated, you are thrown out. Only for a year or so it was remaining. Anyway, he did it. Whosoever goes there becomes that. Ho gaya re. And it's a very oversimplification. It's no simple. Of the process of class struggle. And the question related to class struggle came, evaluate the relevance of Marx's theory of class struggle in the age of globalization. In a macro level, what is the kind of a class struggle? Unequal trade exchange between USA and India, what it is. What we are doing now, helpless. We are trying to make SAARC. We are trying to make something Asian countries. Oh, he is doing this. We will have import-export within ourselves, trying to organize, trying to raise the true consciousness. In the age of globalization, this also holds true with certain limitations. Chale? That's how we will be doing any concept. We'll do with the meaning, we'll do with the features, we'll do with the types, maybe sometimes causes and consequences, and contemporary relevance and limitations. And we will be doing with our previous year questions. And after the whole paper is done, there will be a revision. That is what my students say, sir, once a revision. That will come, and after that we will have a full-length test, and then we'll have a shorter test, and we'll come to an end. Now it's up to you, you take a decision and we'll do. And I'll say, don't, jada uljhan, dilemma, you have to take a decision, take it, instead of